The longest study on happiness by Harvard University found that supportive romantic relationships are key to our happiness and longevity. But how do you know you're in a good relationship? Nobody teaches us how to find somebody who will make you happy, and once you find them, how to keep it all from falling apart. Basically, we're not taught the single most important thing that determines our happiness in life. When I was a teenager and a young adult, my best bet was the Cosmo quiz. Is he into you? Well, I offer you the much better option of learning based on my experience of happiness and heartbreak. I want to share with you the harsh truth about love and relationship that I know at 32 that I wish I knew at 20. I love these photos of dog owners looking like their dogs. It's so cute and funny. But it's even funnier when your girlfriend, who was sure that Ronaldinho and Cristiano Ronaldo are the same person, is suddenly the biggest football fan and she cancels your Saturday brunch to watch football on the telly with her boyfriend. Clearly, I'm still not over this. This need to merge into one being is driven by insecurity and unhealthy attachment patterns. The way some dogs get separation anxiety and cry each time the owner leaves the house because they don't believe the owner will come back, you subconsciously worry that your partner having hobbies you are not involved with or having any life space that you don't occupy together will drive them away. Or maybe you feel like you always need to be there and mark your territory to make sure no one snatches them. Well, I've been there, done that, and I can tell you it doesn't work this way. What this behavior very often leads to is this sense of overwhelm and feeling trapped. We do need our own individual hobbies. We need something of our own. We need happiness and fulfillment that's independent of the relationship. And this helps us show up better as life partners. There's this beautiful quote by Alicia Keys, which I love, and it says that in love, the tightest grip is an open hand. So imagine you had a butterfly sitting on your hand. Your instinct may be to clench your fist and close your hand to make sure the butterfly doesn't fly away, but you would only damage its wings. So you have to learn to love with an open hand. Imagine you go to the gym and you want to pick out weights to train with. If you are anything like me, this can be hard to imagine, but let's use our creative power. So you want to pick out weights and you probably wouldn't go for something super light because that's just not doing anything. But you probably also wouldn't go for something super heavy that you've never lifted before because that could hurt your back. I find this analogy helpful when thinking about the effort that you should put in a relationship. When I speak to my friends, there is this common theme that our parents' generation had objectively much harder lives. And maybe because of this, they like to say that our generation shies away of putting in hard work and that we want everything to be easy. I've heard so many times how being a couple is extra hard. Just wait and see. It takes crazy amount of effort every day. Love is a battlefield. All is fair in love and war. Okay, mum and dad, I see where you're coming from. Well, we do have Tinder and many other apps, which gives you this constant feeling that your perfect match could be just a few swipes away. Your partner leaves their socks on the floor and you have this nagging urge to download an app and look for a decent upgrade. We are conditioned for instant gratification and everything is easy. You can order food via an app, so why not order love while you're at it? Obviously, love doesn't work like this, and we need time not only to grow as people, but to grow together, to learn each other's languages, to understand each other's needs, aches, fears, and dreams. No one is perfect for one another from day one, but you can become very compatible if you're willing to work at it. But, yes, there is a but. While love may not be easy or perfect from day one, it shouldn't feel like this impossible task where you are kept on your toes each day, fighting for love, affection, for peace and happiness. And I'm saying that as someone who used to treat their relationships as work projects. I told myself, I will make it work, no matter the cost. If I have to drag the guy down to get him to where I want to be, I will do it. If I have to change myself or change him, I will do it. I thought that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hard. But it's not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be that hard, at least. Love should feel soft and safe. It should become easy at some point. It also should be something that's worth your time and effort, but it shouldn't feel forced. If none of you wants to put in the effort, maybe you're not right for one another. But if you are both putting in the effort and it's not becoming easy, maybe it's not meant to be. A healthy relationship is going to challenge you, but not in the same way you've been challenged by unhealthy relationships. Instead of the exhaustion from sleepless nights, anxiety-ridden mornings, and not feeling good enough, you'll be challenged to be vulnerable. You'll be challenged to not sabotage the relationship. You'll be challenged to regulate your emotions and to show up, even when you're not in the mood. You'll be challenged to be a more mature, self-aware person. Everyone loves a good deal. When buying things, when making life decisions, we all pay attention to different things and we value different things, but we all want to feel like a winner. And the same goes for relationships. Maybe I don't have the best track record with relationships, aside from one, which I think is all that matters, but I do have 7 years of corporate sales experience and I want to share with you everything you need to know to make a good deal for yourself. Let's say you are selling your car. It's used, but it's in very good condition, so you want to ensure that you are getting a fair price for it. You don't want to give it away of a fraction of its worth. But also the people who are considering buying your car, they also want to feel like they are getting a good deal. So one way of ensuring that you get what the car is worth is by understanding its unique selling point, USP. So what are the best qualities of your car? Is it a good family car? Is it very fast? Or is it something different? Applying this to life, you need to understand your best qualities, cherish them, and leverage them. You need to know what it is that you bring to the table, and knowing this will help you have good self-esteem, which in turn will help you avoid settling for less than you are worth, and will help you avoid agreeing to terms and conditions that are straight out unfavorable. To give you one example, I know I'm a very anxious person and at times I need a lot of mental support, but also I know that I'm very loyal and caring. I would do anything for my loved ones. So I want to be with someone who's willing to put up with the first part and who will appreciate me for all my good qualities. Really firing the script right there. Really, really firing. Is there anything I can push up? Going back to the car scenario, you need to know what are your key decision factors and what is a potential deal breaker. Do you care about efficiency and speed, or do you care about the brand and how the car looks? Assuming you can get everything you want is unrealistic, at least for most people. So knowing what are your priorities will really help you inform your decision-making process. So we're back in the car dealership, and good news, you found your dream car. Bad news, there are other people bidding on it. What if they have larger budgets? And what if in the past you found other dream cars and you couldn't seem to get them? What are we going to do? No, I'm not going to tell you to settle for less and give up on your dream car. Here's what we are going to do. Take a pen and paper, or open a notes app if you are tech savvy, and write down everything that you would expect from your ideal partner. So qualities, character traits, looks, everything. Now tick off everything that you yourself can embody. You should be able to offer more or less the same what you are expecting. So if you aren't getting any offers from your life partners in real life, it means that it's time to level up, to invest in yourself, in your skills, in your life prospects, in your health, in your looks, everything. We all want that committed partner who's ambitious, but not too much, who's funny and caring. But can we do the same? Can we be that person? The fastest way to find your dream partner is by becoming one. Well, I hope this helps you find your dream partner, and if not, maybe at least a dream car. I guess we all have this friend, or maybe we were that friend, who every time they date somebody who's evidently bad for them, arrogant and absent or straight out abusive. When you challenge them about it, they say, I love them, they'll change, or I guess it's just my type. Or maybe you were that person investing your time and effort into somebody who did not value what you did for them and who used your kindness against you. The good news is, it doesn't have to be like this, because they are not your type, they are your pattern. And patterns, once understood, can be broken. Some patterns begin in childhood. We normalize what's around us, and it gives us a different baseline of what is acceptable. So we don't seek out a specific type, but we seek familiarity. Because if something is dysfunctional but familiar, it still feels safe. And sometimes if we have past that we feel ashamed of, we seek out somebody who doesn't make us feel ashamed, or we feel like they are the only ones who can understand us. Sometimes we try to fix our childhood wounds in our present relationships, so we will seek out the same pattern, and we believe that this time we can make it right. Or sometimes the pattern begins in our first relationship, so if it's abusive, manipulative, it sets a very low baseline for all the future relationships. Like if you had a partner who was cheating on you, the next one, who isn't great but isn't a cheater, seems like a better option. We internalize and we get used to unhealthy behaviors that shouldn't be part of relationships. And very often, because of manipulation, we believe that we did something to deserve it. In order to break a pattern, we need to first realize there is a pattern, understand it, and then try to consciously break it, even though it feels very uncomfortable at first. So let's say that insecure attachment and avoidance were the basis of relationships in your household. That is the first language that you grew up speaking in your home. But the good news is you can live your life speaking a second language the way I'm speaking English, and I struggle and I mispronounce things all the time in every single video. But here I am trying to convey as well as I can everything that I want to say to you. So similarly in life, sometimes our only option is try to consciously put ourselves in those situations that are better and healthier for us. If safe relationships feel boring, or if you catch yourself or your friend saying something like, "They're too good for me, I'll get bored," this is your sign to revisit your patterns. Love should feel good. It should feel safe. You deserve to be loved and cared for, and that is something you should never, ever compromise on. Just to make sure I got everything right, you don't need to be present in every aspect of your partner's life. You don't need to share their every hobby, and likewise, you deserve your own space. You deserve joy and happiness that does not depend on them. So choose to love with an open hand, give them trust and freedom to grow as a person, and this will make you stronger as a couple. A loving and supportive relationship will require effort, but it shouldn't feel like a daily struggle. Love should be your safe space, and it should start feeling easy at some point, both in terms of giving and receiving. To find your dream partner and a happy relationship, you need to know your own worth and what you bring to the table. You also need to understand what is most important to you and what are your non-negotiables. This way you won't waste your time looking for fulfillment in places where you'll never find it. Also, if you feel stuck and what you want feels out of reach, focus on yourself and becoming the best version of you. If you keep dating people who let you down, who don't appreciate you for who you are, maybe they are not your type, but they are your pattern. But you can always choose to change your pattern. Above all, love and respect yourself enough to show others how you would want to be treated. Love yourself enough to give yourself space for happiness and opportunities for growth, and become the person that you would want to spend your life with, because you are that person. Remember, you deserve to feel safe and to be loved for who you are. You deserve all the love in the world.